guys, Zeenigami here, and let's go through the complete treasure Map Kizaru on the Japanese version of One Piece Treasure Cruise. Treasure Map Kizaru, for the very first time, has rare recruits as a reward. So before we get into the fights, we're going to go over all the reward tiers. As you click on this button right here, it tells you what the rewards are. And you'll see it if you're on the New World tier like I am, the very first 100 points you get gets you a free rare recruit pull. Now, you want to do these rare recruit pulls right away. There's no reason to save them. They will also expire fairly shortly. I want to say on the 3rd, it might be later than that. But these rare recruits will expire, so you want to do them ASAP. Not only that, but you can also potentially get a new points boosted character this time around. So you might do a pull, you might get yourself like an Apu or someone else that is points boosted in this treasure map that you didn't have, so that way you can make better teams with them. So as soon as you get those treasure map pulls, go ahead and just do them, and I'll show you how to do it right there. If you're on New World, once you get to 1 million, you'll be done with your Kizaru and get a guaranteed gold treasure map rare recruit pull. At 2 million, you get another gold pull, guaranteed gold pull at 2 million. At 3 million, you get a guaranteed legend pull. So if you can get to 3 million points on New World, you are guaranteed a legend, and that is for everybody, for everyone, all 3 tiers. You get all the same things. The differences between the points-based rewards for the 3 different tiers, Bronze, Silver, and Gold, Grand Line, East Blue, East Blue, Grand Line, and New World, is how many points it takes to finish off Kizaru. So, example, on the East Blue tier, it's actually going to Cabbage. It's going to take you 3 million points to finish Cavendish, or just under 3 million. 2.5 million points to finish off Cavendish on East Blue tier, whereas on New World tier, you finish off Cavendish at 1.5 million. But probably if you're in the New World tier, you finish off Cavendish already, so that doesn't really matter much. Now, what does change a lot from East Blue to Grand Line to New World is the ranking rewards. So this is against other players. On New World, the top 20,000 players gets a guaranteed gold pull. Woo, man, how easy is top 20,000? If you're below 25,000, you're getting kicked out. So that's all. Basically, if you don't get demoted, you're going to get a guaranteed gold pull. If you're in the top 17,500, you get 2 guaranteed gold pulls. If you're in the top 15,000, you get a guaranteed legend. Oh my gosh, top 15,000 players, guaranteed legend. How easy is that? If you're in the top 5,000, you get 2... Oh, no, I'm sorry. 3,000 gets 2 legends. No? 1,000? 1,000. I'm so bad. The top 1,000 gets 2 guaranteed legends, and then the top 100 gets 3 legends. But, and for any of these pulls, the gold only, or even the single rare recruit pull that you get, the regular rare recruit you get for 100, you can get a legend off of that. This is just like if you did a single rare recruit pull on any single Sugo Fest, you can get a legend from this 100 points. So it is possible for you to get a ton of legends from this event if you just get really, really, really lucky. Now, unfortunately, as you go down in tiers, if you go down to the Grand Line tier, you don't get a guaranteed legend until you're the top 3,000 players, and it isn't until the top 100 players. 100 players gets 2 legends on Grand Line, and when you're all the way down in East Blue, only the top 500 players in East Blue gets a guaranteed legend, and everyone else, you don't even get a rare recruit pool until you're top 10,000 in East Blue. But remember that if you are in East Blue, you get much easier runs. East Blue runs are, you can use a single team, put most of your points boosters in a single team. You can get up to a 21 times point boost if you're in East Blue, or anyone can get a 21 times points boost. But if you're in East Blue, you can use that 21 times points boost team and beat everything easily. Especially if that 21 points team is just with the guy new captain. Let's go over Kizaru now before we get into the teams. So the new Kizaru, I've gone over him before, but he is reduces the cooldown of all specials by 1 at the start of the fight, boosts the attack of Dex, Psi, and Int characters by 2.25 times, and if you have at least Dex, Psi, and Int on your team, boosts your chain by 1.5 times, and that does stack with 2 Kizarus. His special ability will cut one enemy health by 20%, lock all your orbs in 1 turn, and boost your crew that's the same type as your captain by 1.75 times for 3 turns. So he's a good dude. Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's do that ticket pull. In order to do your ticket pulls, they will show up immediately under your mail. The ones based on ranking, of course, won't come until probably the day after Treasure Map is over, but the ones based on your points will be in your mail immediately. Click on your mail, you'll have that yellow button there. You click on it, and then you can do your pull. And then we get Legend version 2 Akainu. Wow, look at that. I didn't know Legends were silver now. Crazy good, right? Oh my gosh, he's really gonna go great on my Treasure Map teams. Remember that on Treasure Map right now, you only have to fight each fight 1 time. So if you fight them on the map itself, you don't have to do it at the blitz at the end. As far as which path to take, I highly recommend fighting as many mini-bosses as you can, because the mini-bosses earlier on are much easier to fight than on the blitz at the end. The early bosses basically don't scale with difficulty. They're easy every single time. And then once you get to the end, the blitz bosses here will scale. And this is the best map ever because it has the rainbow chest and stamina refills in the same line, and I can hit all mini-bosses. This is a pretty nice map. This is, I guess, I don't know how rare this map is to get, but this is a really nice map. It's the first time I'm getting it, but we've only done a few runs anyways. If you have to pick one, like if you get a regular looking map and you don't get to fight everyone in a row like I am, I would highly recommend trying to just get the stamina refill point, because the stamina refill point is really useful to help you just keep doing runs indefinitely. Also, since the orders of characters change, I just have a notepad written down that says what am I fighting and which captain to use. Against T-Bone, I'm using this double Enel team, Enel and a bunch of Dex characters. With T-Bone, you're going to want to bring a Despair remover, because T-Bone is going to despair your team for 5 turns. And he's also going to shuffle orbs. So he's going to despair, he's going to shuffle orbs. And there's also a stage 1 T-Bone that boosts your rate of Psi orbs for 99 turns. So if you want to use a heavy Psi team, you can go ahead and use that here. Or if you have anyone who makes Psi orbs count as matching or manipulates Psi orbs into whatever type orbs you want, those work great. A lot of the teams I'm going to be showing you are going to be very heavy on free-to-play characters, because a lot of free-to-play characters are boosted right now. There are a few teams that use rare recruit characters, like my Legend Shanks on the very final team. If you need to, just start swapping out characters for better characters as you go along. Start off with as many point boosted characters as you can, and once you start having a hard time with fights, then slowly introduce your regular characters into that, or better characters into that. For example, right now I'm using Kuma on here because Kuma's points boosted. As this gets too hard, I'll swap out Kuma for a... maybe I'll swap Dex Doflamingo in here. And maybe swap someone out for a Dex Orb Manipulator. Remember that Treasure Map stages are also 7 stages long this time around. That's a pretty long time to stall. You don't have to stall too much on most of these Treasure Maps fights. And every single time you go through, the fights will increase in health, unless you do them early on, like on the map itself and not on the Blitz Battle. On Blitz Battle, everything increases every single time around. Now, the reason I'm using Kuma as my orb booster is because since we have very high rates of Psi orbs, I'm basically counting on us not having any Dex orbs on the fight. Marco is going to change adjacent orbs into matching, or into recovery, and Kuma would change those recovery into matching. I guess, this is my first time hitting T-Bone on the map. That's right. There we go. Shanks will get rid of our Despair. Change Jason into Recovery. Change those Recovery into Matching. Boost our attack. And if you want to, you can use Lucky Roo to heal up. Or to help you heal up more. But you really don't need it. These teams will last you quite a while. The teams that I have right now are pretty good, except for maybe the Kizaru team. The Kizaru is so much more difficult than any of the other fights. And specifically against Pudding. Pudding or Puri, I think his name is. Pudding is incredibly easy. In fact, Pudding is a team that you're going to want to use a double buggy team on. And the stages leading up to him, those fodder stages leading up to him, are actually going to be harder than his fight himself. And I'll see you guys at the next boss fight. Against Smoker Tashigi. Smoker Tashigi is going to be not the fastest team because they're going to lower your attack by 90% for 2 turns. I'm using a Jesus Burgers team. Jesus Burgers, double Jesus Burgers team is the team I'm using right here. I do have Marco on this team. Marco is very easy to replace. I would replace him with someone who will either heal you or reduce damage taken, so that way you can have an easier time stalling out the 2 turns that they are going to be lowering your attack. Pretty good. Having a multiple turn defense reducer, a multiple turn damage reducer, or a healer, just like my Marco is. You can also swap out your ships on most of these fights, since treasure map fights don't really give you much XP. You can also use Coliseum Enel. Coliseum Enel will remove attack down debuff, or Rare Recruit Sengoku removes attack down debuff. And I think those are the only 2 guys that remove attack down debuff right now. But if you can use one of those and slap them on your team, then you can burst on the first turn and have a much faster time with Smoker Tashigi. Smoker Tashigi, you're actually going to be fighting 3 mini-bosses on Smoker Tashigi. So you're going to be fighting first Tashigi, then you're going to be fighting Smoker, then you're going to be fighting Smoker Tashigi. And since we're getting a lot of mini-bosses, that's a lot of preemptive attacks. Although, Smoker on stage 6 does not have a preemptive attack. So keep that in mind. Against Tashigi, everyone's going to have combo hit barriers. Combo hit barriers out the wazoo. I'm going to take her down first. Then take everyone else out. I might be able to take them all out. There we go. Ah, not if I hit the grate. That's fine, I'm stalling for specials or something. If you have a good number of combo hits on your teams, you should be able to take them all out on a single turn. Smoker. Smoker, use your Rob Lucci on Smoker. Oh, he's dead. He only has 180,000 hit points. I guess Rob Lucci is enough to kill him right now. Later on, if his health goes up, then Rob Lucci will delay and also give you a conditional attack boost, since you can't delay them right here on the final stage. You want to make sure you take out Smoker in a single turn, because if Smoker lives, he's going to despair both your captains for 10 turns, so make sure you take out Smoker. So once we get that attack down, we're just going to take 2 hits. They start attacking at 3,800, which is still 3,800 because I'm fighting them on the map. If you're fighting them on the final stage, their attacks will go up. Once again, everything goes up once you're doing it on Blitz. If you're doing it on the map, they're very easy. Extra special thing about Makino is Makino basically gives us matching, recovery, Sai. If you put your 2 Sai characters on the bottom row, use burgers to give you an attack boost, and then just end on your side characters. Very easy fight, total overkill. Don't even need to use a heal until they start hitting pretty hard. And even then, I have a ton of health. You don't have to worry about a health down debuff or something like that before you have to start healing. Against Purinpurin. Purinpurin is the easiest treasure map fight we've ever had in the history of treasure map fights. So easy that you might as well use a double buggy team and any subs at all. If you don't have a buggy captain yourself, use a Haruta, use a Bakura, use anyone who's a duplicate captain, because the fight is literally a piece of easy butts. Because Bandai recommended that you use a double buggy team. They literally just like, hey, I wonder what teams that people can use Buggy to beat. Oh, Buggy is a terrible character. I guess we're going to have to make the easiest fight in the world in order for people to use Buggy. because Purinpurin has a total health value of 10,000. That's right, 10,000. I didn't make a typo on the screen like I do sometimes. It's just 10,000 hit points. He attacks for 1,000 damage every 3 turns. You're not going to lose to this fight. This is on New World tier. He's easier than the stages leading up to him. I mean, these guys right here are going to give me a harder time than he does. So just use double buggy, use whatever points boosted Fortnite characters that you have that you can't fit on any other team. Just like literally any Fortnite points boosted characters that don't fit on your other teams. Throw them together here, make this team the last team you make. And then get your free points boosted team here. Super easy. If you have Apu and if you have the treasure map points characters, Apu and who was his name? Who I lost. You can use them here if you want to have an easy time using them with a full points boosted team. Apu and Ben Beckman. If you have Apu and Ben Beckman, you can always use them here just to have a very, very easy time farming it. Or you can use it on the final stage for extra points. Once that final stage gets hard, slap them over here. Oh no! What are you gonna do? Oh no! You're dead. Wow. Whew. Oh, wait. Do I get to duplicate it? Come on, Buggy. Are you gonna be a good Buggy today? Are you gonna be such a good boy? Come on, Buggy. Come on, Buggy. It's okay. Against Sengoku. Sengoku is going to make it very difficult for full int teams, because Sengoku, once you get there, he's going to make int orbs count as badly matching for 99 turns. So I would recommend using a team that's not full of int characters, even though he is a Psy boss himself. Or use somebody who gives you beneficial matching for at least 2 turns before you get into his fight. For example, you could use Rayleigh, you can use Luffy, Time Skip, or Gear 4 Luffy. Anyone who gives you beneficial matching orbs, that's what you want to do before you get into him, so he can't give you beneficial matching orbs himself. Onigumo is an int character who gives beneficial matching for several turns, so you can avoid that. You also want to pay attention to where you put characters on this team, because he's going to rewind your captain and your sailors for 1 turn each, but your middle row you can use right away. So I'm going to put Vista in the middle row. Now Vista is not a free spirit character, so he's not boosted by Luffy Ace, but Vista is going to allow us to, he is a point booster who is he is a treasure map point booster character who delays. So we're going to use his delay right away when we get into there. And then after that, we're going to use the rest of our characters and burst on the next turn. Yasop is nice. Yasop will give you an orb boost for your primary color, as long as you have 4 of the same character, the same color characters, which we have 4 of the same color characters. If you swap out one of these characters, as long as Luffy is Ace, then you get to use that as well. And this stage actually has like the most annoying mini-boss stage here, because this fodder stage is going to get like a 99% damage reduction for no reason. They just get a 99% damage reduction for 1 turn. If you want to, you can use your Vista to delay here instead. But yeah, that is actually a ridiculously high % damage reduction. And take him out. On Sengoku, he starts off at 720,000 hit points. He's going to give us those int orbs count as badly matching for 99 turns. Rewind your top and bottom rows. We use Vista right away. Thanks, Vista. And then on the second turn, go ahead and shuffle you. Type boost, orb boost, a conditional attack boost, a Sabo boost, and special rewind, and makes adjacent orbs into matching. But hey, I mean, who needs that, right? pretty easy. Slight overkill there with this team. And finally, against Kizaru. Kizaru is going to have a mini-boss fight. He's going to be green, but we're going to be using a mostly side team. We're going to be using a friend, Zoro Sanji. And the reason I'm using a Shanks captain instead of a Shanks sub with a Zoro Sanji captain is because I want to use my Sabo as a sub. In order to use Sabo as a sub, you need to have a Cerebral captain, otherwise he just doesn't do anything. So we're going to use Legend Shanks as our captain. If you don't have Legend Shanks captain, you can use Zoro Sanji captain instead. Use someone else as a Shanks sub. But then you miss out on your defense reducers, which you can still burst him even with his boosted defense, but it is going to be a lot more difficult because he is going to be boosting his defense by 300 times. Which I'm not sure if defense scales, honestly. Defense may or may not scale this with number of runs. But we're going to be fine with this team here. Take everyone out. Specials are pretty short with a lot of boosted characters. I don't have any map buffs or debuffs on any of the teams that you've seen so far. All of my teams have been without map buffs or debuffs. And this is the third time around. Against Mini Boss Kizaru on stage 6, Mini Boss Kizaru on stage 6 is actually going to give you full block orbs. So that's what we have Diamante for. Diamante is going to allow us to get fully matching orbs. We're also going to be using Hancock on stage 6. Because on stage 6, or because when we get into the boss fight, he's going to limit our chain. If we have Kizaru, we have Hancock used, then we'll avoid that chain lock. So here, all block orbs. You also want to kill this Kizaru on the first turn, because every turn after that, he's going to start summoning Pacifistas, which have 6 hit points each, and it will attack for 3,200. It's mostly incredibly annoying to have those Pacifistas. If you have to leave them alive, that's totally fine. We are also going to swap over to Zoro. So I'm going to swap my Sailor Zoro Sanji to Zoro. That's not really going to affect our damage here, but that way I can swap it over to Sanji on the next fight, or next stage. Now that we have the chain lock on already, when he tries to give us a 1.1 times chain lock, it'll go away, so we'll dodge that one. We're going to use Sabo to lower his defense and boost our attack against defense. Do not use a type boost against Kizaru, because if you use a type boost against him, he is going to shuffle your orbs and clear all your buffs. So he will clear all buffs, he will shuffle your orbs. You can debuff Kizaru, so if you want to delay him, delay works fine. If you want to reduce his defense, defense reduction works fine. We're going to use one Zoro Sanji here. Cool beans, cool beans. And then we will attack with all of our characters. We're going to save our Shanks on our other Zoro Sanji because he is going to revive. That kills him for now with 1.8 million damage, but don't forget that his attack will go up a lot with future runs. So now we're going to use this one, keep this one green, and we're going to swap this one to get a chain boost here, and then use your Shanks for fully Psy Orbs after that. It doesn't really matter. It shouldn't be it shouldn't be significant difference in damage, but Shanks will give you fully matching Psy Orbs. And then burst. Boom, 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 boom after revive. It's good stuff. That's every single fight, guys. Good luck with your treasure map runs. Remember, 3 million points will give you a guaranteed legend pull no matter what rank you are. If you're worried about how much of a grind it is to get to 3 million points, if you do not die, it'll take you about as much time or about as many runs to get from 0 to 1 million as it is from 1 million to 3 million, since every single run gets you more and more points. So if it takes you, let's say, 15 runs to get to 1 million, then it'll take you another 15 runs or so to get to 3 million. So it's not like 3 times as long. It's only twice as long to get to 3 million compared to 1 million. I've been Zeenigami, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck with treasure map farming, and y'all stay beautiful.